daughter will do all the chopping for me. Okay, so hi there. How have we done it here? Interview with. Why is it there all this nonsense? Start again. Interview Angela. We'll do that again. Right, okay, so I'm here with Angela Andrews, so bear with me because we're going to be doing a Facebook Live. And this is Angela Andrews, and she is an amazing lady. I've actually called her here to talk about her product Brown Angel. And so just bear with me because we're going to be doing a Facebook Live and I've turned it off. But I'm going to start it again. And this interview, it's so convenient, it's so sort of apparent, particularly because we're in COVID-19. Lots of people have lost work because of the pandemic. And I know that Angela started her business Brown Angel because she also was going through, not a pandemic, but a recession. And it's evident that we're actually going to be approaching a recession due to this pandemic. And so just bear with us because we're going to cut this in a minute. Make sure the Facebook Live is working as well. I wanted to tag you on there.
Okay.
Great. Starting. Okay. Rotate your phone, okay. Come in a bit, Ange. Okay, hi everyone.
Hello.
I'm hoping you can see Angela, because it's all about her, it's not about me. And we're doing 2 broadcasts here, so if you can't hear us very clearly on this broadcast live, we've got a recording going on and we can let you have the recording as well. And so welcome to an interview with Angela Andrews, and she is the founder of Brown Angel. And I just want to ask you, Angela, how are you coping with COVID-19 at the moment with the pandemic?
It's been very, very busy for us, Brown Angel Natural.
Yeah.
I think now is a time where people are very conscious and aware of health.
Yeah.
So because they're aware of health, they're looking for remedies in terms of the high street, and a lot of they can't access the high street as they would, because at the end of the day, you know, there's like everybody's locked down and more or less shops are restricted.
Yeah.
But those who know Brown Angel are able to access, order online, speak to me. They know the products, and I think the advantage is that they get a personal service.
Brilliant.
When they ring and speak to me.
Yeah, okay, so Brown Angel is doing particularly good because of COVID-19, which is in most cases where companies and businesses are going particularly digitally because they can't access the local shop front, as it were. And so COVID-19, lots of people have lost their jobs, have been impacted by this. And so we know that a couple of years ago you were made redundant, and so lots of people have become sort of fueled with anxiety. What's your suggestions to them in light of the pandemic?
Take time now, take time out. You've got the opportunity to review your skills, review who you are, review and look at what you actually want to do. At the end of the day, you know, some of us been working for years, and you know, sometimes it's a godsend. I found that redundancy was a godsend for me, and fair enough, yes, I had Brown Angel to fall back on, but at the end of the day, it's about being relevant, thinking outside the box, making something for you rather than you being an oddity for somebody else.
Yes.
And then look at the market. You know, there's a lot of access online now to have a look to see what's available. You can more or less search and find a gap, find what suits you and be relevant.
Yes, okay, so in the case of a pandemic or recession, you should not look on it as a negative, you should look at it as a positive opportunity to upskill yourself, to investigate whether there's a gap in the market in terms of products, and services.
And skill-based.
And skill-based.
Because we're all good at something, you know, and we have these skills, and sometimes, you know, you're working for somebody and you don't reach your potential. So now's the time to retrain and look within yourself. It's time to invest in yourself.
Excellent, I quite like that. So it's time to invest in yourself, to look at your skills that you've actually attributed all these years, sort of investing in other people's organisations, and then start investing in yourself. Excellent. And so how important it is then for us to develop a growth mindset then, because we're talking about a growth mindset, because if you are looking at the end of something, whether it's a pandemic or recession, as a devastation, then that would suggest that you have a closed, fixed mindset. Would you agree?
Yes, and you shouldn't, because at the end of the day, every disappointment is an opportunity, and more or less you have to believe that that you've got the ability and the capability to achieve something better. You know, it's hard work. At the end of the day, you have to put the work in for more or less for the outcome to be achievable. And at the end of the day, you need finding the gaps, bridging the gaps, and you understanding your own concept. You're looking at your own aims and objectives and not being dictated by somebody else.
Absolutely.
And you know, you find ways to develop your own talents, and you take risks. Business or life is about taking risks, and you have to be confident in what you do. If you don't believe in yourself, then how do you expect somebody else to believe in you?
Excellent. So that's brilliant. So in this COVID-19 pandemic, it's very important for us to think outside the box, take risk, invest in ourselves, and create our own aims and objectives in terms of what we want to achieve, our goal set. And so in terms of the pandemic, and the reason why I'm talking about the pandemic, because when Furlong is finished, lots of people are going to be made redundant. And so it's important that we don't wait for redundancy to hit us, that we make our preparations. So when you were faced with recession, what sort of preparations did you make?
Well, it's more or less I looked at my capabilities, and then I learned from my mistakes in terms of work, and then wanting to be in control of me in more or less what I did rather than for somebody else. And then, you know, you help facilitate and make better practices and procedures for somebody else. Some of us make money for somebody else. So why can't you look within yourself and make that for you? And then it's all about looking at areas where you can improve.
Personal development.
It is about personal development. And as I said, you review and you relate and you reflect.
Okay, so Brown Angel was actually birthed out of a trauma and an illness that you went through. Do you want to take us through your journey?
Okay, my journey started when my daughter was 14 years old.
Okay.
And then she was diagnosed with lupus. And it was a horrific time because once upon a time this child was very active, swimming, track and field, dancing. And then she was just eroding away in front of me.
Okay.
I'm taking her to the doctors and they say, no, there's nothing wrong with her, you're being overprotective. But no, you know your child. And that it was not right and it didn't sit right with me.
So you had a gut feeling that there was something more underlining.
Something was going on. I couldn't put my finger on it. She was tired, lethargic, and she was losing weight. And she went down to 6.5 stones.
Oh, wow.
And it was like skin and bones. And then her personal care became so much that she was more or less, the pain the pain was a lot to deal with, and then you could see her joints swelling up, and being really sick. And I'm not medically trained. I don't know what's wrong with her. So and it's just more or less, okay, you have to push them, and then it's when I took her to the A&E, and then when I got there, they were saying, oh, it has to be doctor's referral only. And I'm thinking, oh, so I went straight back to the doctor and thinking, no, I'm not having this. This child's not well.
So it was a very sort of, you had to climb a lot of obstacles in order to find out what was the underlying issue. And so Angel Brown was birthed out of adversity. And lots of things have been birthed out of the adversity. And so what would you say was the catalyst for you to start Brown Angel then? What was the catalyst for doing that?
Okay, well, I wanted to find out because initially she was given a lot of medication. I think at one point there was about 37 tablets, like 7 in the morning, 7 in the afternoon, and it was just too much. And then a lot of the medication as well, when I looked into them, because I didn't allow things for her to have anything unless I checked them out, and I bought a medical book and I checked them out and I spoke to other medical doctors and what have you.
So you did your own research.
Oh gosh,
yes. So you did your own research. You thought outside the box. The system or the medical practices weren't helping you.
No, not
so
really.
you had to do your own homework. Okay.
And then, as I said, I bought a medical book and then researched some of the medication that she was having. Some of them were like psychotic medication.
Good God.
And exactly. And then some of them, she had like, some of them had to have the side effects for the medication that she was taking. And it was no. So then I'm thinking, okay, what do I need to do? And looking at alternative ways. And then it's me like looking at aromatherapy, and then looking at plant-based ingredients, and then it was essential oils and what helped to help.
Okay, so system. You were so your daughter had lupus. The medical profession failed you. So then you started to do your own homework and started to try lots of different ingredients in order to find a remedy and a solution for your daughter. As a result of your adversity that you were impacted with, Brown Angel was birthed.
Yes. Well, it was quite funny because I started to do like massage oils for her, and that more or less to reduce the inflammation in her system and also to help her in terms of pain management. And then her skin, you know, we need skin, we need oil. You know, black people, we need oil, we need creams. And then everything that I put on her from the high street that says natural, she was more or less becoming sensitive, prone to it. So she was hypersensitive to a lot of the products.
Okay.
And,
so you made your own products, sort of try and error, in order to create a resolution for your daughter's health. So that's why Brown Angel was birthed. This is an amazing journey. It's an amazing journey because your try and error and the failures of the medical professions has enabled you to build your own business, Brown Angel. And so you did not look at the adversity as a negative.
No.
It
was a challenge.
It was a challenge. But then, did you have an outcome that you felt you wanted to reach?
Not initially, because at the end of the day, I was working full time. I was managing drugs and alcohol and mental health. So I wasn't thinking of a business because I've got enough on my plate. I've got a full-time job, which is quite challenging, and I've got a sick child at home, and that's quite challenging as well. So I didn't even conceive that, okay, let's make a business. And it was a friend that came and she sat down and said, Angela, you're doing all this, you've got all this research and you've done everything. How about starting a business? And I'm thinking, no, so what do I know about business? You know, I haven't got the time initially. And then she said, no, but you're already doing it. So again, went about, done another research, got into more as looking at registering my business, testing my products, and then went on like numerous how to make cream courses or what have you.
Okay, so you invested in yourself.
Yes, I did.
You retrained yourself.
Yes.
You familiarised yourself with what's natural plant-based, what was out there in the industry. So this is quite similar to what you were talking about, is upskilling yourself, and being sort of conversant with what is sort of current in terms of products, would you say?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And so, all this now, Brown Angel, it's wholly plant-based. How important is this for you in terms of it being wholly plant-based?
Well, plant-based is very important. Plants, we come from the earth, and they work with our own DNA, our chemicals and our structure. And it's about not creating a barrier, but enabling you to emit. So you, whatever you put on your skin, you take up to about 60% absorbs into the skin.
Right.
So it's very important. You can't just put any poison or chemical on it because it goes into the bloodstream. And a lot of people are not really fully aware that there's a lot of ingredients out there that is quite harmful to us. Now, natural plant-based ingredients work with us. They restore our cells, they replenish us and revitalize. And then I've just mentioned that my daughter, the pain, so a lot of it helped in terms of the pain management to help her, because essential oils, that's what they are, essential and they're good for your system and your body.
Brilliant.
Now, I was trained to use them, so I use them properly. So you know, you can't just go out and let me just put dab of this, dab of that. You need to know how to use essential oils.
Okay, so you were trained to use. You got training how to use the products. The challenge of your daughter's illness sort of encouraged you or drove you to find your own medical solutions because the medical practices actually failed you. And so you looked at this now as an opportunity. So without thinking, you were actually creating your own business, weren't you?
Yes.
Because you were training, you were, manipulating different types of products. And so without knowing, so as you said, it was like a blessing in disguise. You fell on your product. So have you got any products that you can actually show us?
I've bought along. These are the best sellers. These are the best sellers. This is the face cream.
This is a face cream.
That's lavender and neroli.
Lavender and neroli. And so what does this do then?
Okay, lavender is very good in terms of healing. It's a healer.
It's a healer.
And it's a natural it's got natural antiseptic, antibacterial properties. So it helps to treat your skin. So if you've got any blemishes, it helps to treat that.
Oh, right, okay.
Neroli is a cell rejuvenator, so it helps promote cell rejuvenation. So it's more or less, it helps replenish the skin. So it helps give you a nice glow.
So in terms of lots of women, they go through the menopause and their skin texture, it changes. Does this help with that as well?
Yes, the neroli, especially the neroli inside of this, it would really help it because, as I said, it's a cell rejuvenator. So it improves the elasticity and the structure of your skin.
And this is your bestseller?
That's my bestseller, yes.
Okay,
very
brilliant.
Much is.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I have got hands and feet. These are
hands and feet?
Hands and feet cream.
Okay.
These are the best sellers. This is that's bergamot and neroli, and bergamot it's amazing.
Bergamot. So this is a hands and feet.
No, that's hand cream.
Hand cream.
And that's
bergamot
and neroli.
And neroli.
And again, neroli is bergamot is a natural antiseptic.
Okay.
It's very similar to grapefruit.
Okay.
But it's very good in terms of its vitamin C properties. So again, it helps with the cuticles and your nails. And the base on it is shea butter, cocoa butter, avocado oil and coconut oil. So all of these are very good to nourish the skin. Now we use our hands all the time. Now the neroli is excellent again, rejuvenation and regeneration of your cells. But also on top of that, it keeps them quite soft and supple.
Okay.
So it's quite nourishing.
Yeah.
And also it's very good for age spots as well.
Okay.
So it's a very good, and also bergamot is a mood lifter.
Right.
So a lot of the essential oils that we use have got physical as well as spiritual elements to them.
Yes.
Now bergamot is very good. Bergamot and frankincense are very good to lift your mood.
Lift your mood, yes.
So those are another stuff, oils that I used to drop in a vaporizer for my daughter.
Yeah.
Because children, when they're sick from early, they're very, it's a fine line between depression and mental health coming in. So again, you have to then look at their mental health and again, try to help them.
Excellent. So your product was also thinking about the well-being of your patients, particularly your daughter.
Yes.
And so these products help to lift your mood, helps with maybe low-level depression.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So how important do you think packaging is? Because I think these are they're nicely packaged. How important is packaging when you have your business? How important is packaging?
Packaging is your trademark. It's very crucial and it's very important that you have got packaging because we buy with our eyes.
Absolutely. It's quite visual, isn't it? When we see something, it's quite visual.
Because before you get to the product, you want to see the packaging.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you see that, you think, oh, it looks... And I've tried to source mine as eco-friendly as possible. So,
eco-friendly packaging, okay,
because
excellent.
you can reuse them. Because the bag that it comes into is like Hessian.
Excellent. So the packaging is very important for business,
eco-friendly.
Excellent.
Okay.
Reusable.
It's reusable, yes.
And particularly when we're sort of trying to shy away from plastic bags.
Exactly.
Because we know what the impact that does to
on landfills and what have you.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Okay.
And then this is the foot cream.
Foot cream,
now, that is excellent.
Okay. It's made with, is it geranium?
No, it's lavender and geranium. Lavender and geranium is very good for circulation.
Okay.
And then you've got
your peppermint.
Peppermint, which is good for pain.
Right.
And then also helps to revive your feet.
Okay.
But it's got Cleansure, and Cleansure is very good because it's got antibacterial properties. So it's very good for infections, wounds. So and then equally Cleansure, very good for the heel. To the soft. It softens the rough skin on your heel.
Oh, fantastic!
So it's very good. And I had one customer who had arthritis, and she used the Summer Feet.
That was good.
And she was in heels.
Excellent. So it's good for arthritis as well. This is excellent products, everyone. Absolutely excellent products, birthed out of adversity. And here we are talking with Angela Andrews, who is the founder of Brown Angel. So in terms of packages then, and sometimes we talk about customer service. How important do you think customer services is in terms of your products and services? How important is customer services?
Customer service is vital. You have to look after your customers. They're invested in you.
Yeah.
They're spending their hard-earned money with you.
Yeah.
So it's my duty as a business owner with a product to ensure that they get the best quality product as well as the best service. So as I said, it's quite crucial.
Yeah.
A lot of my customers, because I do a lot of craft fairs and what have you, and they have access to phones or Facebook or after lockdown one-to-one with me in terms of I can then sit with somebody, give them a consultation about their skin and what have you, and if there's any other issues going on, sometimes I just advise them they might need a nutritionist, they might need to go to their dermatologist.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that one-to-one, and then once you build up a good rapport with your customers, they come back to you.
Yes, and also it's also word of mouth.
Yes.
Because they've received such a good service from you, they're more inclined to recommend you. So Customer service is the face, isn't it?
Yes,
Essentially
it is.
the face of your business.
Yeah.
And it's so important that we have that customer care, isn't it? Very
Yes, it is.
important.
It's very, very important.
Okay, so in terms of, if somebody wants to purchase your products, what do they need to do then? What is the first sort of initial contact?
Well, the first initial contact, I've got my Facebook page.
Yeah.
My Facebook page is quite informed in terms of, it's got lots of details about the products.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, try and sit and read
Through it.
all the information that I've put, because
Yeah.
it's to benefit you.
Yeah.
And
Not just skim through it.
No,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't recommend anybody to skim through.
Yeah.
You're talking about your skin,
Yeah.
and even though like people don't really understand their skin and more or less the vital importance that it plays, because as I said, 60% of what you put on
Yeah.
will go into your system.
Right.
So it's very crucial that you take time
Yeah.
to look at what you're applying to yourself, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't eat plastic or anything like that.
Yeah.
So why put that
Why
on your
put that
skin?
on your skin, yeah.
So take time, look at the Facebook page, and then if you could easily message me,
Yeah.
you could easily PayPal. I've got PayPal, or
Yeah.
even send me a message.
Yeah.
And I'm quite open to all that. I'm in the middle of trying to sort out my website.
Okay.
And that's coming quite soon.
And that's important, isn't it, having a website?
Oh
isn't
gosh,
it?
yes, because it reach globally and up
Absolutely.
and down. I mean, yeah, up and down the country and what have you. And it's more or less, again, my trademark. And people, as I'm growing, have more accessible to me
Yeah.
and my products.
Absolutely. And how important is it then to engage your customers in terms of the face of your company? Engaging your audience and keeping them sort of, up to date with your products. What sort of initiatives do you think you need to do as a business person in order to do that?
I think you have to be current.
After
You
you
have
current,
to
okay.
looking at needs as well.
Yeah.
And I look at in terms of not just like the body, but also have an understanding of your mind.
Yeah.
Have an understanding of where you're at.
Yeah.
And not just buy things for the sake of
of
buying
buying it,
things.
yeah.
But I hope that anyone who purchased from Brown Angel
Yeah.
is more or less understands the product, and the product helps them.
Yes, meets their needs.
Yes.
Because one of the things we were discussing about business is that, particularly in COVID-19, lockdown, etc., everyone's sort of becoming entrepreneurial, but it's so vital to meet the needs of the people
Yes.
as opposed to be setting up business just to make money. How crucial is that?
Well, no, it shouldn't be about making money. Because
So it
you're
shouldn't
gonna
be about making
no,
money?
you get frustrated.
Absolutely.
Because everybody seems to be, the get rich quick
scheme.
scheme,
Yeah.
and it ain't going to happen.
Yes, no,
You know?
not at all.
It takes hard work.
Yes.
It takes diligence.
Yes.
It takes you to be stable in
Yeah.
what you're doing, what you're
Absolutely.
promoting.
Yeah.
And then
And consistent.
yes, and you need to be consistent.
Yeah.
And then you build on that.
Yeah.
Because anything that is lost, like you, for instance, we're right in Rochester,
Yeah.
and there's a castle behind us.
Yes.
I mean, that was built, 10 something, and
Yeah.
it's still here today.
Yeah.
So you want to have that endurance where you can build something now and
Yes.
it will last like 10,
It will
20,
be a
30
legacy,
years.
yes.
Exactly.
You're leaving a
Yeah.
legacy. So we're not into any quick, rich
No.
scheme, because building a business is to meet the need of the customer.
Yes.
And because if you're in for sort of the money, or you're trying to think, okay, I'm going to make some money here, you're going to be becoming highly frustrated, so rightly as Angela mentioned, because you have to be very consistent, you have to be dedicated,
Yes.
yeah, and you have to have something that's going to be durable,
Yeah, exactly.
that would last for generations,
Yeah, exactly.
and leave a legacy behind for the next generation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. And so, so we can get in touch with Brown Angel in terms of products and services on your Facebook page. Do you want to give your Facebook page details?
Yes, it's Facebook.com and it's Brown Angel FRA.
Brown Angel FRA. So
Yes.
if you want to get the products, it's It's on Facebook, and it's Brown. Even if do you think if they Google Brown Angel, they'll get it?
They will.
Yeah, if you Google Brown Angel, you can definitely get the product. She's got a couple of pamphlets and leaflets here. How important is it for, like, for your business to get some sort of information like this?
Very. It's very, because it not just tells. It gives you my details. All right. It gives you my details. But then it's got about me, about us,
her, about the organisation,
about the story, how it began.
Yes.
It also gives a little insight in terms of the products which is available.
Yeah.
And then it also, my daughter is now my beauty therapist.
Imagine.
And she's qualified as well.
Excellent.
So she comes in and she uses products when she does her treatments.
Excellent.
So we work hand in hand
together.
together.
Wow.
Because she's my brown angel.
Yes, amazing. So that's where the name came from?
No, the name derived.
Okay.
I used to do AOL chat rooms.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then I just wanted a name.
Yeah.
So it just came Brown Angel. And thinking, okay.
Yeah.
And then when I was searching for a name for my business, and then all I got was, you've already got one.
Really?
And I'm thinking, okay. And then when I looked into it a bit more, I delved a bit more into it, Brown, because we're of the earth.
Yes, okay.
And so the products are of the earth.
Of the earth, okay.
Angel is Angela, that's me.
Yes,
but then
that's what our names are, isn't it?
Oh gosh,
Angel
yes.
Messenger.
Exactly. So I was just thinking, okay, this is an earthly message.
Yeah.
So in terms of the concept of it fitted really well because it's not about me. No. It's about the product. It's about
I quite like that. When you're doing a business, it's not really about you. It's about the product. And the product will essentially sell itself, won't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. It will speak for itself. Because I remember I used to be a sales rep years ago. Okay. And I remember when we were doing our sales rep training, they always mentioned to us that you don't really need to do a hard sell here because the product will speak for itself.
Well, I've been places and I've had them in the organza packaging and what have you. Yeah. And people have recognised the packages. They haven't met me, but they've recognised the packaging and come and said, okay, my sister or my friend has bought me this before. I recognise your packaging.
And so, so you made this? Have you made this?
No,
you bought
I ain't
it.
got time for that.
Okay, so
but these are sourced.
Yeah.
Everything that I have, the jars and what have you, are sourced by reputable companies.
Okay.
And that's what I do.
And that's very important because it's sort of in
you're sustaining one another.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
So and that's what I try to do.
Okay. Yeah. And so people can actually purchase your products from Facebook, Brown Angel. So it's packages. It's packaging for them, delivered to their home?
Yes.
Okay.
Either if they're I'm in Thornton Heath, so if you're 5-mile radius of Thornton Heath, I can deliver. I've also got a shop, Herbal Mix, and that's on White House Road in Thornton Heath. Okay. And they actually
stock it for you.
Stock my products as well.
Is that where you're going to go now then? So you're going to stock your products in a couple of outlets.
Yes.
But then what is the ultimate dream for you? Is it to have your own little shop?
Yes, I would love to have like a spa type shop. Yeah. And then where people can come in, I can do consultation. There's beauty room that my daughter can take over, and then I'll be the front of house, and then more or less the products are there. Okay. So that would be.
Yeah. Yes. Have you tried going on Dragon's Den or anything like that to promote it?
I thought about it, but with Dragon's Den, you have to already be at
a certain level.
Okay. And then, do I really want to have interference from anybody else? Okay. Because I know a lot of people might thinking, okay, let's get the ingredients from somewhere else. Yeah. I quite like the idea of